Hi, my name is Kennedy Ellison. I've been a data scientist at Vanguard for 3 years now. Yes, so my role would be to take data and use that data to create compelling stories that we can then use to drive decision making for clients and crew members. Yes, that can vary depending on where in the model lifecycle I am. So if I'm at the beginning of making a model, then there's a lot of meetings with business and stakeholders. So we do a lot of work with them, and then once you're more in the middle of creating a model, then a lot of my days are more focused on coding and evaluating how to get data and transform it. And then at the end of the model lifecycle, there's a lot more meetings again with stakeholders to figure out how we're going to use our model to impact their business. So I wanted to get into this field because I've always had a passion for computer science, linguistics, which is study of language, and really enjoy problem solving. And I think it's a testament to Vanguard's culture, the fact that I was not intentionally trying to get into data science when I found this role. I was just trying to find work within Vanguard that related to language. And it turns out that data science has a field called natural language processing, which aligns very well with my skill set. And so that's how I ended up here. So I'd say there's two parts to this. So there's the data analytics part within machine learning, and those you typically use SQL and Tableau, which is used for data visualization purposes. When you move more into the data science space, you typically use those same technologies, but you add Python and various libraries, so PySpark, Pandas, and then we use a lot of AWS resources on top of that for modeling and infrastructure. In terms of non-technical skills necessary, they are very, very important when it comes to data science and analytics. So interpersonal skills, the ability to communicate with your stakeholders, and manage timelines. When you sit down and meet with a business partner, they might not even really know what they're asking you to solve for. So you have to understand what their problem is, change it into a machine learning problem, and at the same time be able to validate that what you're thinking aligns with what they're thinking, and they might not know anything about machine learning. So the communication skills is really, really important, and I think persuasion as well, because once you've built a model, you need to be able to have your stakeholders be confident in using that model or the results of your data in their business. And so being able to persuade them is crucial. And I think lastly, this is more related to my personal experience, I think having a research mindset has been very important. And what I mean there is being able to navigate ambiguity, take a problem that's really doesn't have concrete steps, and figure out how to break it up in a way that kind of explores the possibilities. Yeah, I think there's so many different ways you can get involved within technology. There's a lot of opportunities on the strategy and more organizational side where you can be a scrum master or a product owner or project manager even. And you can learn all about the really cool things that are happening in tech without having to code yourself. And then I've also known people that wanted to get involved with tech and didn't know how to code but were willing to learn how to code. And those folks were able to kind of just learn on the job some basic SQL and became great data analysts. So there's a lot of different opportunities out there.